This is a care video on the Red Claw Scorpion, or also known as the Red Clawed Emperor Scorpion. Just a really simple setup. What I use right here is cocoa bark, which you can buy at any pet store. Come in really, they come in compressed blocks, pretty much. And I have a paper towel roll where my scorpion hides, which she's in right now. It's a really simple setup. Yeah, this right here is not so much wet right now, but I always pour water in there and it just soaks in through there right now. It soaks in through there. So you want to keep that moist. You don't really want to have a water ball in there because it can drown in there. I feed her crickets. I'm going to get her one out right now. I got a cricket in there for her. Hold on, I'm going to get her out too. Doesn't want to come out. Oh. Yeah, she's not going to come out, but I can get her out. These scorpions are not too dangerous. It's actually a lot harder to get them out than you would think when they're in this, because they just don't slide out. They have little things on their legs that keep them from sliding out, that they can just kind of grip on there. These scorpions are great for beginners. These are probably the best for a beginner scorpion. Actually, I would go with an emperor scorpion. This one is also, I'd go under beginner. I'd put under beginner scorpions. Some of the scorpions you do not want to get if you're not experienced with scorpions and buying them, which I am pretty experienced. I've owned scorpions. I've had a pet scorpion each year. Usually I have a new one because I usually get them when they're about 7 inches long with the regular emperors, but the emperors are getting harder to get right now. But I've been experienced. I've had pet scorpions for the past 4 or 5 years now, and there's actually almost for 6 or 7, close to that. There hasn't really been a year where I haven't owned a scorpion since I became a teenager. I've been pretty experienced. I'm actually really experienced with these scorpions. Never been stung once. These ones actually have a little bit different temperament than the regular emperor scorpions do. These ones are a little bit more aggressive. This one right here is actually a female red claw. As you can tell by the red claw, these are actually related to the emperor scorpions. There's one way, if you do not know how to identify an emperor from a red claw or a Asian forest, is the stinger. The stinger would be actually kind of tannish, and you might be able to see the light through it. But with those two species that I'm talking about right now, the red claw, this one, and the Asian forest, the stingers right like that are black completely. These they get from 2.5 inches to probably, I think, around 6 inches long. This one is this one's about the 2.5 inches long. So it still has a little bit to do to grow, a bit of growing left. I handle this thing almost every day. I do not have a name for her. So if you guys have a name for her, just leave it in the comments. Oh, also for the crickets I feed her are just normal feeder crickets you can buy at any pet store. If you're just getting with this scorpion, I do not suggest handling it. With mine, I handle it. Any pet I usually get, I handle it at the pet store to check out its temperament, which I did with this one. But if you are just getting into arachnids, you do not want to handle your first scorpion, because you want to know people or watch videos on how to pick them up correctly without getting them hurt. You do not, certain species like this one, you do not want to scoop it up, because these guys will sting you if they feel like it. These guys, as I said, their temperament's different than an emperor, so unlike an emperor will do everything it can to avoid stinging a person. These ones, they won't hesitate to sting you if they feel threatened. So scooping them is not the best idea. If you go to scoop them, you want to get from the back. And you still might get poked by the barb if they're trying to get out, but that's not going to okay, I can't say it right now. But injected with venom. So, next video I'm going to show you how to pick them up correctly.